Welcome back to the See the Stories. We are still here continuing our talk with our holistic health coach, Thaliah Putri. Now, Thaliah, we're talking about intuitive eating.
Yes.
And before we're talking about really maybe taking a journal when you're eating, recognizing your hunger, whether it's emotional, physical, and all that. Now, sometimes we have some eating disorders. Now, can we practice that intuitive eating when we have something like that going on?
Yes, but it's also best to combine it with going to see like a licensed dietitian and also a therapist, because when we're having an eating disorder, it's actually more of a mental health issue as well, right?
Because they have the fear of food.
Yeah.
They can't really listen.
Yeah, and also a lot of it is based on trauma as well.
Okay.
So I think it's best to also approach it with a professional help as well.
And for someone who is just starting to adopt intuitive eating, when we have a certain type of lunch, probably we have different time allocated for us to finish the actual lunch. Is there like for a toddler, is there like a time window, half an hour, if I'm not mistaken, for kids to finish their food? Whether you have finished your food or not, time's up, put your spoons down. But for us adults, is there a certain time that is healthy for us to finish our meal?
Back to the principle of intuitive eating, it's more just about personalization, right? So there's no like restrictive rules or strict rules that you have to finish your food in this amount of minutes, but just more of listening back to your cues as well. Like, are you full? And when you're full, then stop. And how do you know if you're full or not? First, by being completely present when you eat, right? So no distractions. Sometimes we eat so fast, we don't know that we're still hungry or not, and we're just like, okay, time's up. Yeah.
Okay. Now, you're mentioning something about types of hunger.
Yes.
So there's one emotional one, and then there's a couple more.
Yeah, there's physical hunger, so like the general hunger where your stomach's rumbling, you feel
Hurting.
hangry.
You're angry, growling.
Yeah, practical hunger, so you may not be hungry now, but you may be hungry in the future. Like for example, you have a lot of errands to run, you eat first.
Yes.
Or before a workout, you know that you're going to be depleted, so you have a pre-workout. And the last is taste hunger. So sometimes when you eat something really salty, you want to crave for something sweet.
And then it goes,
Yes.
and after you eat something sweet, you want something savory, and then it goes all full circle.
It's a vicious
Yes,
cycle.
yes. So those are like the general 4 types of hunger.
Okay, and then the emotional one, I think the one that I kind of want to understand a little bit better, because I don't, again, I never really think about this when I'm eating. If I see a food in front of me, I'll just grab it and start chewing. So, how can, if we are trying to adopt intuitive eating, how can we then overcome emotional hunger?
I think the first step is to know that emotional eating is normal, because we're humans, right? We do feel emotions, right? And second is seeing and emotional eating without judgment, but more about being curious and having a lot of compassion towards it. So when you notice that you're emotional and you want to eat, ask yourself, what is the best coping mechanism that is aligned with me right now? Is it really by eating this chocolate, or is it by going for a walk? Is it through meditation or talking to someone? So, pausing before doing anything and just asking yourself without any judgment is actually the key to, overcome those stuff.
Oh, okay. So hold on. So that means you're gonna have to have someone to assist you, like a coach, like yourself, then, to have this.
Yes.
Right in line. Is that?
Yeah, you
what's-
can. Yeah,
what needs
a
to
coach
happen?
definitely helps. They can give you tools and also guidance. When you are emotional eating or when you're not, and just give you basic healthy habits.
Right.
But also tips like this also you can also start doing it by yourself, especially like the food journaling.
Yes.
Yeah.
Help.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and just to give everyone a heads up, what is the biggest or most common mistakes for someone who is adopting or transitioning into intuitive eating lifestyle?
I think listening without proactively seeking knowledge around nutrition. So for example, like my body feels like eating a chocolate bar, and they would just like go straight up and eat.
Yes.
But they don't know, like, is it really like a physical hunger, or is it really emotional? And when we want to be aware, we also need to be proactively seeking, nutritious knowledge, right? So from different sources, doctors, journals, websites. So when you combine intuitive eating with also good knowledge and information and education, that's when you kind of balance out the two.
Ah, okay. So did you get all that?
Yes, hopefully. Yes,
got
the first thing.
First
I'm
thing
gonna put
is the high
myself in a
chair.
high chair. Yes, and then no screen time.
No screen time.
And
No
only,
screen time, yes.
Yes, no screen time at all. Well, yes, that was
really
it.
Good. This is really good, especially for me too. All right, guys. Now, before we end our discussion, we're gonna do one more thing because this is not gonna be complete if we don't invite back Indra here because we're gonna play a game.
Oh.
Indra,
Oh,
welcome.
wow.
So we're gonna play a game, facts or myth, and I'm gonna hand this over to
All
you
right.
guys. So since
Okay.
we have Putri right here, so I'm gonna ask you several questions, and then Sara and Rangga gonna try to answer if it's myth or a fact, and then after
okay,
that,
so you're
Putri's gonna
helping
out.
explain.
Help me out right
It's actually myth or facts, and we're gonna test them.
Okay,
They're actually
great. Okay,
listening this
cool.
entire time.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
All right, are we ready?
I think so.
Yes, you've been studying. All right, also I have the material right here. So myth or facts? So if you're practicing intuitive eating, you should never experience any food cravings.
If you practice intuitive eating, you never experience food.
Okay, Sarah's locked in her
Right.
answer. Myth.
Can I
Rangga?
cheat?
Because I crave food all the time, right?
Okay, let me go fact.
All right, fact. So let's see, is it myth or fact? And the answer is. The answer is.
From Thaliah.
And the answer is, please tell.
What do you think?
It's a myth.
It's a myth.
You got it. Okay. Why do I say?
Sarah's correct. Yeah, because cravings, whether you're practicing intuitive eating or not, you will crave foods. Because it's just like a body's natural response.
In any kinds of diet, we still crave food.
Yes, yes.
Especially as you mentioned before, the stricter the diet, the more binging we eat.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay,
So I think
okay.
it's just about honoring those craves and also knowing what they mean.
Based on
Okay.
experience, diet.
Can you actually crave
Guilty as charged.
Yes, actually, you can. I mean, like for example, if you've always been eating really nutrient-dense food, and then for a week you stop and just eat full-on like sugar, carbs, fats, you will crave that. Oh, I really want a salad, because your body will crave something that they know that it's good for you. Once you start introducing it to them, right?
Okay.
I've been
think of
eating
your-
fried food all day now. Right now.
Right.
Yeah, think of your
That says
food.
something about that. There you go.
Somebody actually bought some fried food here. Like, out of all the day, we talk about food and like.
And it's happening today.
All right, next. All right, we're gonna see the next one. Intuitive eating can lead to improved mental health and lower anxiety around food. This should be obvious.
I think, yeah, this one.
All right,
Yes,
locked in. Fact. And the
definitely.
answer is?
It's a fact.
Yes.
Yes, I think the whole purpose of intuitive eating is to reduce anxiety around food because it doesn't promote restrictive or binge eating.
It was mentioned before, creating a good relationship with food
Yes,
as well.
yes, and I think the first step to do that is by avoiding food morality. So not labeling any food as good or bad. So when we have a neutral approach around food, when you see chocolate the same way as we see like a salad,
Yes.
we can enjoy a salad just like the way we enjoy chocolate.
That is tough, but I'm gonna try.
Did I hear that correctly?
Exactly.
Chocolate salad?
Exactly. Right? For him, that's tough for him. He's got chocolate salad in his mind right now.
This is still hard for me to apply. Like relationship with food. I mean, it's been toxic with me with food this entire time.
Oh,
Next.
there you go.
All right, you can do intuitive eating if you have a health condition such as diabetes, PCOS, or high cholesterol.
Ooh,
You
interesting.
can't do it if you have health condition. I wanna say,
It's a myth.
Ooh,
I wanna say this.
Sarah locked in with myth
Interesting.
and Rangga with fact. And the answer is,
Myth.
it's a myth again.
Sarah, you're killing it today.
Big time.
Because I'm a toddler, I absorb, I'm a sponge, remember?
True.
But please do elaborate on
Yeah, I
this.
mean, it's a myth because you can definitely combine intuitive eating with health therapies, like
Okay.
if you have any of those conditions. And I think what's also important is when people have certain health conditions like PCOS, diabetes, or anything, they also get really anxious around food, right? Because like you have no idea, like, oh, is this food gonna be really bad for me or my body? So I think when you practice intuitive eating, combining with the nutrition therapy, it makes also food enjoyable and not just like as like a medicine or a restrictive diet.
Okay. So I need a lot. There's a lot to learn for me still when it comes to eating. I think, Indra. I mean, this is something that's really opening up my eyes right now. I don't know exactly what I'm doing when I eat.
Yeah.
I think I better stop watching Netflix when I eat.
You gotta start open your eyes and close your mouth.
No, don't want to do that.
Yes, but anyways, of course, this has some also probably reminds us growing up. I remember that I was riding a bicycle and then they would, they would feed me.
Yeah.
Right? I remember it's like it's time for one spoonful of food. It's probably something that's why nowadays we teach our toddlers to stay put, and it's something that we can also reflect on.
Yeah, that's true. And I think back then, we weren't really taught any of this, right?
No.
We just thought like, you have to finish your meal. Even if you're full, if you don't like it, just finish your meal, right? And so I think as adults, we tend to forget like how to listen to those cues when we're hungry or not. So it's a new approach, but it's exciting, and I hope we can heal from
I
all those
certainly learned a lot.
Absolutely. And then
Certainly learn a lot.
and look for information, especially from
Yes.
social media accounts or whatever source of information which is credible and of course certified,
Yes.
such as yours, Thaliah Putri.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Yes, that was our discussion with our holistic health coach, Thaliah Putri. It's regarding intuitive eating. Make sure that you are focused with whatever is on your plate in front of you when you're eating. Right?
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
And especially for Sarah, be on your high chair.
Yes, and of course, Indra, don't forget the chocolate salad.
All right, guys. See the Stars will continue after the break. Stay with us.